Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Busan for today's daily challenge. We will begin with one roundabout. That's all we get. And Motorways will require road tiles. Oh, you're being mean to us today. They're being mean, awful, nasty people. Those folks at Dinosaur Polo Club. Making our motorways cost road tiles and limiting the amount of horrendous self-destructive motorways we're allowed to control and command. How dare they? Awful sorts of folks. All right. Folks, it is Tuesday. It feels more than a fair bit like Monday.
Hear ye. Let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Lacey's board was here first. Good morning, Lacey. Thank you for being here. Wound up not having a job yesterday. I was supposed to go to Hartford, Connecticut. Found out Sunday afternoon when I got an email saying, hey, you know how you're supposed to go to Hartford? Turns out, nope. Which is nice. You always enjoy the turns out nope email when it comes to whether or not you got to work that day. Good afternoon, Sun Flare Space. Sunny is here as well. Do I need to incorporate this pink into Surf This Pink business? Can we get away with this being what it currently is? I think we can. Although I don't think we necessarily need to, you know? Let's do that, and then we'll do this, and we'll just restructure Kate all of these up to here, and then these yellows swing down this way. As always, we blame Jeff Bezos. Always blame Bezos for the placement of ads. Also blame me, because, like, I'm in charge. I have at least some say over when ads run. And maybe I should change the timing of that so that they're not right at the tippity top of the stream. But also, if they're not right at the tippity top of the stream, then they're going to be at other times. I don't believe there's a way to just say, nope, no ads. Which, you know, let's take 40 road tiles, just so that we have a good whack of road tiles available to us. Now, having done that, it would be beneficial to have a set of traffic lights right now, so we could just PCTL this. We'll get these going here. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, 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 ow. Blue and blue. That's what I should do, Sonny. I should be more diligent about maintaining my starting soon screen and being on that, but God, it sounds effort. Sounds like effort. Also sounds like requires planning and discipline and good at Twitch streaminess, which, no. Unlikely to happen any day soon in this part of the world, but you know, it's not like we've done 903 of these or anything. It is, in fact, episode 903 of Good Morning Mini Motorways, and therefore probably not the first to take place on a sibling birthday, and yet we will take this time to wish a happy birthday to T-Flower, the underscore Goog's youngest of siblings. Happy birthday, T-Flower. I got you a birthday shout-out on Good Morning Mini Motorways. And I'll look at your Steam wish list or something. Hold on. Let's look at our friend T-Flower's Steam wish list right this very moment. And by right this very moment, I mean after we deal with this dark blue business. What are we going to do for this dark blue business, I wonder? It's a good question, to which I presently don't have a great answer. I guess we can just draw motorway number 1, which can inevitably be, you know, probably replaced by a bridge at some point. Oh, dear Lord. Speaking of roads that will be inevitably replaced by bridges at some point, all right, the circularity of this is getting to be, that's immediately troubling. it is immediately troublesome to me that this business is now also a circle. So we're probably going to want to deal with that sooner rather than latishly. Let's have, in fact, doot, and doot. Let's just pre-draw this bridge. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sever the connection right here. And I'm going to kill chop all of this road. We're going to have motorway number 1 bring dark blue folks over to this business. And this road here will just be a bridge. Now that's not going to get... Ow. That's not going to get these guys down here-ishly, but, you know, this is why we take more bridges or something. I don't know. Let's see here. Actually, shit. Well, you can't go around this. What are we going to do here exactly? Or for that matter, here. Like, here it seems somewhat feasible that we could bridge or something, but we've also got... Alright, well, you get a bridge. That's fine. You're not going to survive the week. So, what we're going to have to do is swing you and you and you thusly. So the 1, 2, 3 of you, motorway number 1, into this corner. And now these blues are back to kind of forced double servitude over here with this business. And we certainly don't love that, but at least it's moving. Now, I did just get a motorway, which would be lovely, if not for the fact that we now must serve this pink and this green. And I'll note that we have a green business that just spawned, even though there are no greenhouse. There's one greenhouse on the map. There's one greenhouse on the map. I see. So what we're going to do is we're just going to connect all of these roads. They're going to be fine. And then we're going to draw motorway number 2 to do that ridiculous thing. And that ridiculous thing is what will... Game, you don't get to have 2 green... Okay. Alright. We're now going to pre-draw this road coming up here. And we're just going to assume that a bridge is coming. We're just going to assume that at some point we're going to be able to finagle a bridge here. And once we finagle a bridge here, everything's going to be great. Until we finagle a bridge here, this road is fucked. But, you know, it's going to be fine. You're going to be fine, right? Not having anything until... You're not going to be fine, actually. Well, if you're not going to be fine, then we're just going to redraw motorway number 2, actually. We're going to try to wait for this to get all the way down. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. Hey, we'll take another motorway. Okay. Lacey's back hurts, and therefore your tummy has to cramp on account of the back pain. That's unfortunate. That seems like a negative consequence, in my estimation. Speaking of negative consequences, let's do something positive, actually. We're going to chop this bridge just temper-shortishly and get these yellows here to have a beverage because my throat is scratchy. Okay. So now we have these 4 yellow houses kind of stapled together. We can take motorway number 3 and draw it like so to serve this yellow business. Did we ever come up with a... Oh, right. I took that motorway so that these greens could serve this without need of... shit. Alright, well... details and plans and such. One problem at a time, I guess. Here. Use blues. Do's that. Get these back. Man, there is just a lot of bridge happening, needing, and I don't feel as though I've been wasteful with my bridges. I don't feel as though they've been inappropriately deployed or nothing. I'm questioning what exactly you would have me do differently. Game? So we gotta leave these greens here to serve this, but we also gotta serve this, which I think can only really be done by fuckery, right? I think the only way to serve this business is by fuckery. So let's engage in some fuckery by move shunting motorway number 3 off into this direction. And also, while we're here, while that's doing that, I can technically, and by technically I mean totally, connect these roads, which will let these light blues very technically serve this business. Now, if I get bridges again, I can get motorway number 2 into being more functional. But, you know, one problem at a time, I guess. Alright, now are you going to be okay until the he. Side sleep pillows are wonderful, and I say this as a person who doesn't have scoliosis, but does like to sleep on his side. Alright, you're not going to die until Monday. That's true. I understand that. Give me bridges. Thank you. Alright, so, having been thusly possessed of bridges, now, what I can do is... with 2 bridges, I can chop this. Do I chop this? Does this live another day? Oh my god, I think that might live another week. Motorway number 2 swings over here. This gets replaced with a bridge. So now these 2 businesses are still happy. I have another bridge, and I have these 2 pinks right here. What if they take a truly Ferkakte journey? What if we just call the title of the episode A Truly Ferkakte Journey? It does require me looking up the spelling of the word Ferkakte. All of the vowels are A's. Also, there might be an R, and it might end with E. Depending on who you listen to, there might actually be an E. Google is saying, yeah, no, don't trust Google. Let's go to Ferkakte and dictionary. That might be helpful. Let's see here. Wikipedia will tell you that it starts with a V, which I don't think is accurate. No. All right, we're going with this one. The bad news is I've forgotten what the plan was. Oh yes, a truly Ferkakte roadway, or something like that. Maybe a truly Ferkakte bridge. Point is, we're using that word in that manner. Title of the episode: A Truly Ferkakte Roadway. Alright, now then. So these yellows are going to serve this yellow business via motorway number 2. They're going to be fine. Is every business presently serviced in some manner? I realize that this pink is a circle and that's bad, but, you know, one issue nightmare at a time, thank you. Now, unfortunately, Motorway number... Well, hold on. No. I was about to say that I could get rid of motorway number 3 and just motorway it over this way, but no. The motorway also exists to bring greens over to here. So this stupid-ass road is doing two very important things, which is a very New York thing for me to say, I think. But, all right. Let's branch off this way. This right here is going to want to be a traffic light at some point, though, well, listen, friends, at some far off time in the long distant future, we might actually have enough motorways and bridges and such to split this and traffic like that and stop! Just stop! Just stop! You come over here. You go there. Okay. It might be time to deploy our 1 in exactly 1 motorway. Roundabout. I think it's time to deploy our 1 in exactly 1 roundabout. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. You're gonna go that way. You're gonna go that. I'm out of road. It's fine. Can I get 2 road tiles back from anywhere? Hi. I'll give these back, I promise. You do that. You do that. Give me 2 more bridges. Wonderful. Now, this road right here does that. That's also going to get me a whole bunch of road back, which is good. You blues swing back down that way. Okay. Now, I am thusly possessed of 2 entire bridges that are my very own bridges. With these 2 bridges, I might yet be able to separate some things. That would be lovely. If I could just have some things on their own roads. Seems crazy, I know. All right. Let's let this motorway sort itself out. The plan here, incidentally, is that this roundabout is going to have greens and greens hit the south and southwest. And they're going to go either northwest to here or east to the motorway to here. These light blues, by the way, are going to take the motorway. I hate you. These light blues are going to take the motorway. They're going to come here into the roundabout. They're either going to go southwest to here, or they're going to go northwest up that way to here. Good morning, Peter S. Now, this pink business right here is kind of sort of caboned. Because, well, we don't really have any spare pinks that aren't doing nothing. Like, I can't really afford to part with any of the pink... These 2 pink houses are serving this pink business, and they got to go through this awful yellow neighborhood to do it. These 4 pinks are kind of... Well, if I could maybe swipe this pink down here to serve that, that doesn't actually, you know, do anything, but... Now, hold. You go north. Wait a moment. Wait just a moment. If... Hold. If you were... There's no way. I really shouldn't further complicate this roundabout, should I? Like, this roundabout is already screwy fucked enough as it is. Alright, let's get to the weekend. Grab another motorway. Just for more traffic dispersal options. Speaking of traffic dispersal options, I'm immediately regretting this decision. I mean, I say that, but it might have to it might have to exist, so let's not kill it just yet. All right, got to get pinks over to here. which, I mean, shortest distance 2 points. I could just kill those, draw this. Motorway number 4, these pinks up that way. I think maybe we just need to motorway number 4 these pinks off that way. Now, can I get one more of these light blues to exist on this part of this island? Because if I get one more light blue to exist on this part of this island, I can make life a lot better for a lot of colors, I think. But, you know, it may or may not necessarily be part of the reason we're here. Kind of surprised at how good a job these 5 blue houses are doing servicing these 2 blue circles. You'd think that 5 blue houses would not be enough to service 2 blue circles. Lacey is bored, just had a wolf spider jump on you. Awful. Awful. Not good. Oh, Lord. This green connecting anywhere doesn't really do anything. That pink going there is fine. This green here is a problem. This green here is... Oh, in a game. In a game. I see. I see. Okay, that's less terrifying now. It's still bad. To be perfectly clear, it's still not what you want, but it's in a game. That's different. Okay. Now, we've got these 3 blues here not presently doing anything, and these 2 dark blue businesses about to get fucking dead on account of having to share 2 houses. So let's not have that be a thing anymore. Let's draw this road right here, which will bring these dark blues over to this dark blue and serve that. Now, I have 37 road tiles and a bridge. Being thusly possessed of 37 road tiles and a bridge, is there anything I can do that would make life better for me and the people I care about? Almost certainly. Am I going to do anything with that information? Fuck no. Setting this up to maybe possibly eventually bring this pink back over onto this road, because I think that might be a thing that needs doing. This light blue here has gone circular, which is bad, just in case you were wondering. This light blue here I would welcome going circular. That would be fine. Maybe hook the green square on the right to the purple to get those. Yeah, honestly, you're not. I think that's probably a good idea, Peter. We take these greens right here. We run them like so up this-ish way. We cut this corner just 1 tile further north, which allows for this hookup here, thereby bringing these greens into play in service of this business, which in turn frees up more of the greens that aren't going here to serve this business. Now, I could also... We could also probably do a little bit of actual division of labor here. I think it's time to break up this awful nightmare. Let's break up this awful nightmare. Did I, in proposing breaking up the awful nightmare, forget that these blues were going this way? Yes. Does that change my desire to break up the awful nightmare? No. We're going to say no. All right. So let's point these 5. Okay. You go there. All right. So now we've broken up the awful nightmare a little bit. The blues that had been jumping down here onto the motorway are now, based on where they fucking live, being split up. Some of those blues are taking this northern bridge into the right entrance here to serve this business. Some of these blues are hopping motorway number 5 straight-shottedly into this circle. Now, the roundabout bullshit still exists. The roundabout bullshit now exists solely to facilitate greens that need to get over here, hopping on motorway number 3. The greens that need to get here will hop on motorway number 3. They'll come over this way. This is undoubtedly better for these blue businesses. However, the green businesses are still a little bit fucked, because they do, after all, have a scant 6 houses charged with the split security of 2 different businesses, one of which is a circle. So, leaves a little something to be desired. This yellow business has spawned in the best place possible. I think ideally we might get another motorway and have these 3 greens, or even these 3 greens. Yeah. I think with a motorway, I'll have these 3 greens hop up this way. And if I get a bridge, well, point is moot. Here's what we're going to do. Now, we can reclaim our roundabout, chop, murder, kill this whole bridge road. Because what we're going to do is we're going to have these 6 greens use... Wait. There it is. First, we're going to construct motorway number 6, which goes up this way, connects these 3 greens to the western entrance of this double plaza. Next, we're going to move the on-ramp of motorway number 3 way the hell down here, grab these 6 greens, zoop them up that way. And once all that dust clears, once all the smoke clears and all the dust has settled, we'll get our roundabout back. We'll get a whole bunch of road. We've got this here. Yes! Samurai Sam has redeemed a crab rave. Good morning, Sam. Oh, Lord. Alright, you remember that thing I was going to do with a pink house pointing west? Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to steal this pink house, have it point back this way, get a 3rd house supporting this pink business. We'll also put a 3rd house on the road that ultimately supports this blue business. Ow, my ankle. And knee and back. Ow, my ankle, knee and back. Doo-dah. Doo-dah. Oh, let's see. Yellows are starting to get mad. Well, I understand that. That makes sense to me. Like, just at a glance, I can see why. Is there anything I can do about that? I don't know, maybe. Oh, let's see here. Is it worth taking a traffic light? Probably. Nah, bridges. More bridges. I'm the commissioner of Madison County, and I demand more bridges! Alright. So the problem here, right, is that we've got these 4 yellow houses, which are trying to do double duty in support of this circle down here, and also this business way over yonder. And that's just dumb. What if we didn't have that? What if that needed to be a concern? What if we chopped these yellows? We undid this garbage. And we brought these 4 yellows What if we pulled together a roundabout right here about? The western spur out of here goes up and serves that business. And the northeastern spur goes off and serves that business. We don't even have to bulldoze this tree, I think. I lied. We have to bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. Because that actually needs to be the northwestern spur, so as to free the western spur to come down this way, swing through here, and serve the circle with the dedicated force, might, and power of all 5 of these yellow houses. All 5 of these yellow houses will go off that away in service of this business. You might as well swing down here. There are no light blues to which for you to connect. Okay. So by doing that, now we are running an awful lot of traffic through this roundabout. That might be too much. Because we're doing 1, 2, 3 businesses, 2 of which are circles, entirely wholly dependent on the roundabout, which may not be the best thing, actually. But we do have now these 4 yellows here. You can point west, by the way. These 4 yellows here can all point over this way, and this yellow business is now basically totally fine. Like, this yellow business here is A-OK. Everything else over here might be a little bit dicey. Actually, hold on. I think I see something amazingly stupid. I think I could do something stupid. I think I could do something stupid that will save some of the traffic out of the roundabout. I can pull all 4 of these dark blue businesses off of this road and draw them going up this way. If we draw them going up that way, they intersect with this business before even dealing with the roundabout. Now, it is true that the problem in the roundabout is mostly the greens and yellows. And this does absolutely nothing to solve that. However, fuck you. So, with my counterpoint having been thoroughly made, well articulated, if I do say so myself, we can now take traffic lights for the very first time in the run. And I'm going to put one right here. It does necessitate the creation of a terrible angle, but I think it's still good and valuable and worth doing. So, this PCTL will hopefully manage traffic flow a little bit better into these 2 circles. And I feel like there was another place where I wanted one. But, aha! I have found it, and other place where I want one. Let's have our pinks swing off like so. Can't just have it here because it would be poorly placed. Cars would have to be turning left very regularly. Here, they can turn left with a light at least, and that's probably a little bit better. Now, This green points down here, connects to this road, serves this business. That's fine. We are actually hanging in there. Holy hell. Will wonders never cease? This is the first time in a long time that it doesn't feel like there's anything immediately on fire. Like, I'm still antsy about these dark blues here. There's very little that I can foresee doing about that. But we might want to separate those, if at all possible. Is there any way that I could... I mean, I could move the traffic light up here. That doesn't really do anything. I don't think I can 1B, 1R this very simply. It is just kind of running into a dude flow issue, honestly. Like, we've got, what, 5, 6, 7, 8 houses here? Yeah, these 8 houses just aren't really enough support for 2 late-game circle businesses. So both of them are just going to be in a constant state of sort of fucked. Which isn't what you want. Unfortunately, all my other dark blues are sort of spoken for. Light blue business over here. Why are you mad? No, you don't get to be mad. Buddy, you've got 6 houses and a straight shot motorway, and I bent over backwards over a hot stove to give them to you. You don't get to be fucked. These 2 get to be fucked. This pink, I understand being fucked. This pink has a long road, and it's still going through a yellow neighborhood. All right, you do not get to be fucked. But, however, if you... Oh, this business is just dead. Okay. I was about to do something, but then I realized that the other guy was just dead, so... All right, 3,221 commuters over 112 days. It feels like a good score. That was a pain in the butt of a challenge. And we did indeed get in the top 5% overall. We defeated Samurai Sam. Drop those GGs in the chat. Victory, glory, and triumph for me, the _Goog. Hello, the Wordle. The Wordle today is Olive, obviously. No? All right, fine. The Wordle today is prank. Why not? The Wordle today is prank? No, but there is an R and an A in it, so that's something. The Wordle today is swarm. It could be, you know. There's no rule saying it ain't. It is, in fact, however, not. All right, fine. But there is a W. So that's odd. The Wordle today is waharg. I don't think that's a word. No. Okay. Well, I don't think it's going to end in ARW, so I feel pretty confident that it starts with a W. Which is, in a way, unfortunate. Just because... What the hell word do we know that fits this structure and yet does not contain any E's? Because, like, it could be weary, but it can't be weary because there's no E. So... Feigen. It could be wharf. There we go. Where the fishermen's hang out. Okay. We got there. Got the Wordle in 4. More GGs, 4 me's. Let us do some time guessing. We have the Utpoksemenja of Dear God, Look at That Russian. Okay. So we got some places in Russia. Got it. Where in Russia? Wonderful question. Dunno. When in Russia? Looks like 40s, 50s. 50s, 60s. 40s, 50s, 60s. 1970. Moscow, Russia, 1970. Might be a little bit more modern, less modern than that, but not horrendously so. You know, this dude's wearing a pretty 70s head of hair, and this dude's wearing a pretty modern-ass haircut. And yeah, I don't know. Let's say we are in Moscow, Russia. In 19 Don't Move the Thing? Actually, how do we feel about 19 Don't Move the Thing? I think it might be a little bit more modern than 19 Don't Move the Thing. I just realized that the person I identified as this guy on account of the hair is actually a this lady. Or at least a this femme-dressed presenting person. So, Does that change the impression? I mean, this car right here. Like, this is not a Don't Move the Thing car. This is, I think, that kind of looks like it might be a Volkswagen Beetle, which would be, yeah, okay. How do we feel about Moscow in 1966? We are in Chuck Your Bovine Down the Hill, Russia, in 1966. It was 1963. And also, we're in Skopje Old Bazaar in North Macedonia. Okay. All right. Next, we've got some Chinese or perhaps Japanese lettering. I think Chinese? I would guess Chinese. That looks more Chinese. Lacey's girlfriend is so nice. What do you mean she's going to farm as many materials as she can so that you don't feel horrible in the water section of the game on account of the thalassophobia? That's very nice of her. You don't need to deal with scary, spooky water sections. I played a game once with a scary, spooky water section. It was called Subnautica. It's entirely made out of scary, spooky water section. I did not last long. We played Subnautica on stream for one night, and I saw the Leviathan, and I damn near had a heart attack, and I noped out of that very, 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 very quickly. We are in, I don't know, man, Beijing, China, 19 Don't Move the Thing. Seems plausible. Could also be a little more recent, maybe say 1980. Yeah. All right, fine. We're in Beijing, China in Wait, when was Tiananmen Square? Was that like 89? Could be Tiananmen Square times. I don't remember the timing element of that, though. So, we are in Beijing, China in 1986? Yeah, sure, fine. We are in Beijing, China in 1989. Hey, how about that? Tiananmen Square, 1989. Got there sort of eventually. Next. We got a girl. Hi there, girl. Are you like a famous girl? Should we recognize you? Are you a lady? Possible, maybe. No idea. But you're standing in front of the Siemens Radio Ithaca Linoleum Meaths Lancourt Market Massa very busy shopping center building. Okay. Oh, let's deal with the very busy shopping center building. Ow. Are we supposed to be able to gather location based on the presence of Siemens radio and Ithaca linoleum? Because, man, I kind of sure hope not. And yet, ow. Oh, big yawn. Peter S. says the GeoGuessr is tough today. The geo part of this is not ideal. Why am I feeling Amsterdam? Could it be the bikes? It could be the bikes. We are in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, in 1944. Sure. Stockholm, Sweden, 1944. Okay, fine. That works for me. Next. Oh, I missed a umlaut. There was a umlaut. Damn you, Scandinavian giveaway umlaut. Alright. So the newspaper O Seculo has a headline reading, O Day of the Cameos. Okay. So this is the day when all the people of town pool their money and get Patrick Warburton to say something funny in his phone in a 45-second video. From far and wide shall they come, with pennies in pockets, to pool together resources such that Patrick Warburton might deign to greet them for his modest speaking fee. Oh, dia de cameos. No? Is that not what that says? Is that day of the something else? Yeah. Alright. So dia de anything is going to be Spanish. And our streetcar here is going to say something, something, something Lisboa, which we can assume is actually Lisbon, which we can assume is Lisbon, Portugal. Which means now, all we have to do is figure out the when of this. I'm going to throw kind of a dart based mostly on these guys' hats, like this style of hat. We are in Lisbon, Portugal in 1919. Scrolly zoomy. Lisbon, Portugal, 1919. It's 1911. Okay, fine. Apparently there was a famed Portuguese poet named Luis de Camões. That guy. And he died. And that's sad. Next and last, we have a very fancy bus carrying the national team of Argentina, which, good for them. Very fancy bus. And you're heading for the officials' offices, the service access, and Santiago, Chile. So, Now you're holding a sign that says, "Let's go Argentina." So, But that license plate says Chile. So what's happening here is that the Argentinian national soccer team is in Chile to play an important soccer game. And we have to figure out when that happened. I have no idea. However, we can suss it out based largely on the modernity and bigness of this gentleman's phone. Look at the big and moderniness of this guy's phone. That phone is fucking enormous. This man is holding a phablet. So this man holding a phablet, and yeah, I don't see anything to contradict the notion that we might be in Santiago, Chile in, say, 2022. It's definitely not during the pandemic, because everybody would be masked. It's definitely not. Yeah, this is probably the airport in Santiago, Chile in 2022, or perhaps 2018. I could also see 2018. But we're going to Santiago, Chile, and we're going to find an airport, and it's going to be okay. One of these is... Oh, wait, hold on. No, there you go. So here's Santiago. Here's the airport. I suppose we can just see something that says, like, Arturo Benitez or anything. No? Okay, fine. We are at the Arturo Merino Benitez Airport in or near Santiago, Chile in... let's just say we're there. In... I don't know, man. 2022. Also, is that a Chilean flag on that bus? That might be a Chilean flag on that bus. So, more evidence that we're in Chile. It's 2016, but we had the location damn near perfect. 40,518 on today's time guessing. As we scroll upward, we note that Sam got 34,505, and therefore, we drop yet more GGs. Hooray! Glory and triumph and victorious for me. Victorious? Yes, victorious. Ow. It was a television show. Nickelodeon. Victoria Justice. And Liz Gillies. Ow. My back. We need pitching strikeouts from a Detroit Tiger over the past 45 years who has never won a Cy Young. A St. Louis Cardinal in the last 5 years, anyone in the American League West this year, a Chicago Cub over the last 5 years, and a New York Met who has never won a Cy Young. Okay. So, now a Tiger who's never won a Cy Young, that's going to be tricky, simply because the top two answers that come to mind are Justin Verlander and Tarek Skubal, both of whom have already done that. So, I think David Price might have had a good season when he was with the Tigers. However, he's also won a Cy Young. So, I don't know, man. Bert Blyleven? Was Bert Blyleven 1 on the Tigers and 2 good and 3 never actually a Cy Young Award winner? I'm only confident in one of those. What about Anibal Sanchez that one year he was really good? Do we think 2013 Anibal Sanchez struck out a whole bunch of fellas? Fuck it. It's probably not horrendously wrong. It's definitely not right. But we're going with 2013 Anibal Sanchez. 202 strikeouts, 98th percentile. Fuck yes. Also, Jack Morris existed. Fuck you too, Jack Morris. We need a St. Louis Cardinal over the last 5 years. When was Sonny Gray 1 on the Cardinals and 2 good? That would be 2023, right? 2023 Sonny Gray? Seems feasible. Was 2023 his Yankees year, though? He played for the Twins. Oh. Well, maybe I'm just wrong about stuff. Nope. It was 2024. I was barking up the right tree. I just had to find the year. Sonny Gray, 203 Ks, top of the charts. Good job, Goog. All right, we need literally anyone in the AL West this year. Jacob deGrom's having a good season, right? He's good. I think I would have heard if he had spent a long time on the disabled list. We're just going to say Jacob deGrom. Turns out he's good. Turns out that old Jakey Deggs, he's just fine. Jose Soriano coming back down to earth. Reed Detmer's having him a heck of a year. Good job. We need a Chicago Cub over the last 5 seasons. This is a good question. Who's at the front of the Shota Imanaga exists? I know that. He's not like amazing or nothing, but could see like 2024 Shota Imanaga. Given that I can't presently name another Chicago Cubs starting pitcher, which is mostly a me problem. Don't they have a guy named Boyd? I think they have a guy named Boyd, and he's good, right? They have a guy named Boyd, and he's good. But, we're going to go with 2024 Shota Imanaga. Seems feasible. 174 Ks, 99th percentile. I'll take it. They also do have a guy named Boyd. He's also good, but not as good as 2024 Shota Imanaga. Oh, these are good pull times. Now, we need a New York Met who never won a Cy Young. And the question in my mind is, did Matt Harvey win a Cy Young? I think the answer is no. And therefore, it's got to be 2015 Matt Harvey, doesn't it? Because, like, maybe it's 2024 Sean Manaea? Maybe it's 2024 the guy they got, the guy who used to be on the Yankees and then signed with the A's and is now bad, and I don't remember his name. Maybe that guy? Gonna recognize that guy's name as soon as it's said. I'm not saying that guy, Sam, so just tell me that guy's name so I don't have to think of it. It's probably, I mean, it could be 2024 Sean Manaea. There's a guy who was on the Severino, maybe? No, not that. There's a guy who was on the Yankees for a very long time and blew out his shoulder and was thought to be cooked and signed a 1-year deal with the Mets for 2024 and had a really good season. And then the A's of all teams gave him a 4-year contract, and he's been kind of okay while pitching on the road with the A's, but he fucking sucks ass at home. 1, because he's pitching in Sacramento, which is a bandbox, and 2, because he fucking hates pitching in Sacramento because they're a shitty minor league stadium. I don't remember that guy's name. But it could be 2024 that guy. It could be 2024 Sean Manaea. Or it could be pick a Matt Harvey year. And I think I'm going to go with 2015 Matt Harvey. 2015, the Mets went to the World Series. They left Matt Harvey in forever and a day, and he wound up giving up the game tying and losing, and Mets didn't wind up winning the World Series. Oh, you could have said Noah Syndergaard. Yep, Noah Syndergaard had a couple really good years with the Mets. That's a good pull. Rookie Kodai Senga's a good pull. Al Leiter, Sid Fernandez. All right, now I'm going to be mad if I don't remember this guy's name. So we're going to go to baseballreference.com. We're going to go to the New York Mets page. Then we're going to go to 2025, and then we're going to go to 2024, and then we're going to scroll down, and then we're going to look at the starting pitchers, and his name was Luis Severino. That guy. Luis Severino would have been an okay pull for this question. He had 161 Ks in 2024. Not nearly as many as Sean Manaea, who had 184, or Matt Harvey, the one I pulled, who had 188. My grid beat 86.3% of other grids. It's a damn fine grid, if I do say so myself. Now, folks, would you believe it? I actually have a properly made vertical stream schedule graphic for this week. It is a good and important week. tonight, for the first time in literal, actual years, other than 2 minutes yesterday when I updated the app and logged in just to prove that I could, I will play Final Fantasy 14 on stream, the critically acclaimed, massively multiplayer online role-playing game, which allows you to make diamond jewelry and fish and chop trees and also save the universe a couple times. And we're going to play 14, and I have no plan as to what we're going to do. We're going to reacquaint ourselves with the controls. I'm going to fight at least one enemy, and then we might do things. No promises, but we might do things. That will be later tonight here on Twitch, Final Fantasy 14. Until then, this is the end screen. Thank you all so very much for watching. Have a good night, and goodbye. Wait, I said good night. It's literally 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, have a good night later tonight, after having a good day today. Goodbye.